What is this?
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love.
Hello, and welcome to the Flashing Bloke podcast. Leave Omega alone.
That's not a phrase you hear often.
No, it's not. Were you doing your Ballock impersonation there again?
I was terrified of Omega.
Oh, I would be. I would be. He can make antimatter chickens. It's true.
If you took Omega off your hand, would
Yes.
your hand be there?
Oh, great! Now you've made me doubt my own existence. Thank you so much. Anyway, welcome to another VidiProg thingy. Oh, instant thumbs down.
Get in quick.
Yeah. Look at this cat. Just look at this.
Mm.
It ain't right.
No.
Anyway, today we're going to be looking at.
I Who 3.
No. No. Oh, sorry.
Cut.
Yes. More books from Hachette Press.
Hooray.
That one, and that one. I'll go through them very quickly because we're also going to be talking about Peter Capaldi's costume.
Hooray.
Right. This is the. I'm probably making popping noises now because I'm attacking the microphone. Look at the state of you. Honestly. Right. First up.
Spider-Man, my favourite
Spider-Man.
superhero.
Right. So basically, this is book 2 from the new collection, number 12, apparently. It's got the origin story of Spider-Man from Amazing Fantasy, which.
Right, hang on. Is that the original origin story?
Yes, it's been digitally remastered,
Right.
but
Okay.
it's the actual proper Stanley Steve Ditko origin story.
Okay, because they've done different versions of it, haven't they? Oh.
This is the original one.
Okay, yeah. I can just see Parker there with his geeky glasses on. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah. Also involved
Mm.
is the first, I think it's the Spider-Man annual number 1. Yeah, first Spider-Man annual, which is the origin of the Sinister Six.
Ooh. Remind me who was in the Sinister Six?
Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Vulture, Electro,
The Hunter guy?
Craven the Hunter,
Yep.
and Stereo, or whatever his name is.
Okay, yep.
Is that 6?
Yes.
Okay, good. Right. And also the Happy Birthday storyline by JMS, which is more recent, illustrated by John Romita Jr. It's actually quite interesting.
How many pages are in these books?
Ooh, lots, look.
Nice.
And you've got the new book smell.
Oh, I love the sound. When you just flick the end of the pages there, I love that noise.
What's that?
So do the flicking of pages again.
Next to the microphone.
Yeah, it's that last bit. I love that. I used to work in the school library, and I used to love just slamming hardcover books together. Brilliant.
Have I mentioned that you're not right?
Lots of people have mentioned I'm not right, and most of them are
Sweet,
dead.
yeah. Now, 3 good little stories here, which, I mean, obviously the origin story, important. The Sinister Six constantly plaguing him. And also something from JMS.
Pretty good.
I think it's drawn by John... Sorry?
Pretty good.
Yep. It's drawn by John Romita Jr. I've got a problem with John Romita Jr.'s artwork. However, we'll come to that.
Okay.
Okay, that's the latest one from there. Remember, that series is just starting out, so get on board with that. Lots of free gifts and this, that, and the other. Let's do this one next. This is the older series. This is the Black Panther.
Okay, I'm glad it says who is the Black Panther, because that's the question on my mind.
T'Challa, son of T'Chaka.
What?
Yeah.
Has the dubbing
This is
gone wrong?
Sorry?
Has the dubbing gone wrong?
Probably. Again, I'm redubbing myself. This is a great little book. 6 parts to it. It's written by Reginald Hudlin. And it doesn't shy away from the political stuff that happens in Africa and how Africa is treated by the so-called developed countries. The storyline is basically Belgium wants to get back. Nobody's ever conquered Wakanda, which is the country that the Black Panther rules. So Belgium decide they want to. I'm sorry, I keep swearing.
You stupid Ghent.
Anyway, and it doesn't shy away from things. It's a very good story, and it's a good introduction to the Black Panther, ironically, even though Black Panther's been around since the 60s. Again, penciled by John Romita Jr. Artwork, good. Like it was in JMS's Spider-Man time. That's a good one.
Right, so...
Next up.
Okay.
World War Hulk.
Ooh.
This is the sequel to Planet Hulk, which is also available in this range, where the Hulk has been shot off into space by the so-called Illuminati, which is Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Black Bolt, Charles Xavier from the X-Men. Are you yawning, Brian?
No, he's eating his hand.
Feed that muppet.
Well, no, the thing is, he was biting his nails, and they've got none left now, so...
And also Namor, except Namor, the Submariner, had nothing to do, wouldn't have anything to do with it. So anyway, they sent him off, fired him into space, got to send him to a planet with no life on it. The idea being Hulk's always wanted to be alone. There you go, perfect for him. Unfortunately, he gets sucked through a space warpy thingy, or a swirly thing alert, and ends up on this planet, Sakaar, where he can be hurt, he can be bleeded, bled, and everything else like that. And he ends up massive battle, and he ends up leading the people, overthrowing the dictator, and ends up the king. Unfortunately, the shuttle in which he's in explodes, wiping out the central city, including his wife and their child, unborn child. This makes the Hulk angry.
Well, can't imagine why.
Now, you know what they say about the Hulk when he's angry?
Give him a nice cup of tea.
That's a good thought, actually.
Has anyone
Anyway,
tried that?
so this is the story of him coming back to Earth and taking his revenge.
On the Earth?
On the people who shot him into space,
Okay,
basically.
fair enough. Does he do
Good
lots of
story.
smashing?
It's basically superhero battle after battle after battle after battle. And it's mega destruction. Problem.
Go on.
Artwork, John
Yeah.
Romita Jr.
Right.
And it's awful. It's as if he's been rushed and it just doesn't work. They spruced it up for this edition.
Can I
But
see some? It's quite bright.
yeah, he's fighting somebody. I'm not going to tell you who. Someone a little bit loopy.
So what you're saying is
you'll know who's loopy.
his artwork varies. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, his artwork does vary. This is rushed. This is... It could have been so much better. There should have been another way. It's a great shame because World War Hulk is superbly drawn. Same writer, Greg Pak, or Prack, I can never remember. And it should be really, really good. Unfortunately, his artwork lets it down. I don't know what it is about John Romita Jr. He can be really good one day, really awful the next.
Artwork's a funny thing. So do you remember in the Davison era in Doctor Who Monthly there was a serial where he was on an island and he met a
Yes.
Do you remember that one? I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, halfway through they changed the artist and it really threw me for a curveball. I just didn't like that at all because it
Not
was
halfway through that one.
I think it was either half. Who was the companion? The marine guy.
That was Gus.
Yeah, it might have been
you're
hard.
thinking before.
It was either halfway through that
horror.
story or halfway through Gus's tenure as a companion. They changed
Before.
they changed the artwork, and I just didn't like it at
And it was
all.
before Lunar Lagoon.
Was it?
I think that's what it was called. I think it was the Stockbridge Horror. I could be wrong, but Lunar Lagoon, which introduced Gus,
Yeah.
his artwork got better. It was actually really, really good in places. And then for Davison's final story, they changed the artist again, which was a bit.
I don't necessarily have a problem with different artists. It's just when they change it halfway through a story.
Yes, I can throw you.
That I
Breaks the impression.
didn't like that at all. But that's
Your breath
just me.
smells. Anyway, Capaldigan.
Capaldigan. Should we show a picture of it?
Yes.
Here's a picture of the Capaldigan. And that was a picture of the Capaldigan.
Gosh, that was good. Can I look at it again?
Here's a picture of the Capaldigan. There we go.
Gosh. Right, so Capaldi's clothing. What do you make of it?
This is not a criticism. I like it. It's quite simple in terms of its lines. It's quite kind of straight lines, if you see what I mean. It's essentially a throwback to Pertwee on the top, and it's a throwback to Eccles Cake on the bottom. And I've noticed the distinct lack of neckwear, which is obviously deliberate because, you know, after the whole bow ties are cool thing. I did think maybe the jacket could have been longer, but I have to say, because in my mind, the Doctor running.
I'm sorry, but he really sunk his claws in. I'm so sorry.
That's right. In my mind, the Doctor running down corridors needs a long flowing coat. But it has grown on me, and I have to say, I really like it. I really like it.
I think it's dull.
Oh.
I don't think it's got any character to it.
I'm wondering.
I'm hoping that the actor will bring it alive, and the costume won't be there to distract from.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Maybe there's enough character in his portrayal that he doesn't need a costume with character.
But it's dull as dishwater. I like it in an odd way, but I look at it and think, meh. You know, I'm sorry, but it's very smart. Yes, you can see the hints of Pertwee, but that's about it, really. Like I say, I want to see it. Well, I want to see it in action.
Little bit worried about the lack of pockets.
Well, quite.
I mean, how is the Doctor expected to carry junk jelly babies and a sonic screwdriver if he hasn't got any pockets?
Perhaps. Well, this is the 14th Doctor. Perhaps in the new regeneration cycle, he doesn't do that, or he's regenerated a pouch.
Again, what, a fanny belt?
No, you know, like marsupials. Pouch.
Again, one of my inbuilt things about the Doctor is he's got a pocket full of junk that he can just do amazing things with. Or
Unless,
just bits of string.
We're talking the John Canning first and second Doctors, where he's got a bag full of junk.
You lost me now. John Canning?
Artist from TV comic.
Ah. Oh, right. Okay. Destroy them all.
Die, hideous monster, die!
Yes.
We'll have to look at the comics one. No, we won't. Maybe the Marvel comics.
I had a letter in the Doctor Who. They did this. They did a collection of all the comics, didn't they? It was like a companion to DWM.
Yes.
I had a letter in one of those once when I was talking about this very issue about the fact that William Hartnell's Doctor was quite out of character in wanting to bomb the crap out of anything that he came across.
Quite so, quite so.
Him and the Brigadier would have got on marvellously. Hello, Omega.
What is this?
How
Excuse
did
me,
you
I'm
escape
just going to
from the
go off
universe
and
of
nuke a
antimatter?
star.
Anyway.
Cute little puppet. It's just the face is so cute.
He's got an orange nose as well, just like Brian. Oh,
You can't do the lip thing.
the
But you
lip
can.
thing.
I'm scared.
What do you mean the lip thing?
The lip thing like Emu used to do with the beak. If you didn't
Oh,
like something.
I have an emu.
Oh dear.
I have an emu, a sooty sweeping Sue, Spit the dog, Kermit the frog.
What does this tell you, boys and girls?
It tells you that I'm a puppet dictator.
Oh dear. Thank you. I did not wish to know that. Kindly leave the bunker. All right. So yeah, that's our views on it. I know Heather was asking about that.
Hello, Heather.
Yeah, that's about it. I'm afraid.
That's all, folks.
There's not much to talk about it because there's not much there. Plus, we haven't seen it in action. Oh, look! Oh, yeah! It's my Omega. However, he is not a Muppet. You don't get the hand action. There's also, of course, Puffy Drognar that I got given by Bob at the last picnic. Where are my dragons? You're supposed to call me Khaleesi. You see. You don't get that. You don't watch Game of Thrones, do you?
No. I'm sure I'd love it, but you see, I have a problem with American
Sex
TV.
and violence.
I have a problem with American TV shows in that they more often than not, they get cancelled halfway through. So, excuse me, I've made it a policy only to get into an American TV series once it's finished.
It's actually a good idea.
So I'm thinking.
However, they have been told. I mean, because he hasn't finished writing the books yet. George
Well,
R. R. Martin.
Yeah, I don't see them making this series forever. That's the thing.
No, but he's told them where he's going with it.
Oh, okay.
So they may have something to do. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's the end of this show.
I think you're right.
Pretty naff, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Oh, I did. I got no illusions about all this. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Doodle.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.